My top 10 best niche fragrances for spring 2021. Stay tuned after this intro to know this amazing list. Seriously, guys, you're gonna miss out. Don't miss out on this list, okay? Stay tuned. What is going on, guys, and welcome again to another video. This video is going to be with a minimal editing just because I don't have that much time, and first of all I need to get you some content to not miss me, because I know I am very important in your life and you guys need to know more about my fragrances that I'm going to be wearing this spring. Okay, I have a great spring list for you guys today, which is I am really excited the most about it, probably way more than you do. And I am really excited just to start showing you this amazing list. Okay, there's something for everybody in here. There's my classics and there's some stuff that you guys don't know about it, and you always guys know me, I always love to get you some new stuff that you guys never heard about it, just to try out something new. And I have here something new for everybody pretty much. So without making this video way too long, let's just start off with my number 10, which is a fragrance from one of my favorite niche fragrance houses, and I love it. This is a tester bottle of Musk 25 by Le Labo, which is, I love Le Labo. I have way too many great fragrances from this house, and I need to buy way more from this house because I personally think Le Labo is one of the best houses out there, personally, for my liking and for my taste. Okay, and Musk 25 doesn't disappoint at all. It's a floral, musky, sweet, powdery in a way, but a really nice, clean, powdery, musky. Okay, it's definitely the musk here is the star of the show, but the musk here at the same time it's very pleasing and it's very clean. I personally love this scent. It gets me compliments. Could lean a little feminine for some people out there, that's why it's a little bit risky, but at the same time, if you love fresh, musky, somewhat floral fragrances, clean, you would love this one. If you love Prada L'Homme in a way, this one, it doesn't smell like Prada L'Homme, but it gives hints of the same clean vibe of Prada L'Homme. Okay, beautiful scent. I love it, and it's on my number 10. My number 9 on my list, it's a fragrance nobody talk about it. I believe I'm the only one that ever talked about this brand or talked about this specific fragrance right here, which is a great fragrance, which is Water Reflection by Tobali. I love this brand, guys. It's an expensive Japanese niche brand, but it smells great. This one, it's very green, it's very fresh, it's very summery, but the green nuances here is definitely very springy. Okay, there's some construction here in the outside. If you guys hear any noise, please bear with me. Okay, that's why I just can't really do a lot of videos these days, because they just have a lot of constructions next door. Okay, anyway, this one is great. I personally love this one to death. It reminds me somewhat of aqua celestia, but I believe this one definitely taking a different route. But if you love the green fresh nuances of aqua celestia, you definitely need to try or give this one a shot. This one is beautiful. I love it. I just love this, how clean that bottle is. Water Reflection by Tobali is on my number 9 for sure, just because I just love it that much. Okay, my number 8 on my list is a fragrance I love, I personally love. It's a new acquisition of mine. This fragrance, as a matter of fact, has been sent to me for free. They sent me their whole line as decants or as samples, and I chose this one with another one from this line because I think this is the best from this line. I'm talking about Precious Liquids, Vanilla Orchid. This is a beautiful one, guys. If you love Vanilla Vibe by Juliette Has a Gun, this one is kind of like the same vein, but this one is like on a nichier level, and this one lasts longer and it projects way more. Okay, I love this one. It's kind of like a vanillic, kind of like a sun tan lotion type of thing, floral, but it smells great. It gets compliments. It could lean a little feminine than masculine, but for me personally, I don't really mind because this one works on my skin and just got me compliments, got me attention. And as long as a fragrance gets me attention, I'm happy. Okay, and that is why I love this one. Vanilla Vibe, no, not Vanilla Vibe, Vanilla Orchid by Precious Liquids on my number 8, I believe. My number 7 on my list. Yes, I forget things. All right, don't mind me. Baccara Vanille by Les Fleurs du Golfe, another great one that has been sent to me for free again, just to tell you what's going on, okay? But I personally love this one. This one is a beast mode. It reminds me a lot of Rolling in Love by Kilian. It's not identical to it when you first spray it on, but when this one dries down, it reminds me a lot. It's like a copy of Rolling in Love. I love Rolling in Love. I paid a lot of money for Rolling in Love, and to pay like $72 for a 50 ml for a fragrance that smells a lot like Rolling in Love and much stronger as well, I think that's a steal. This is the cheapest, one of the cheapest niche brands that I ever smelled, to be honest, and great quality. This one also, it's like $125 for 50 ml with great performance. So I love these two brands, and they're not that expensive when it comes to their quality. That's why I really stand behind these two brands right here, especially that they are really great when it comes to the performance as well. And for us frag heads, we need fragrances that performs, and these two performs. Okay, the next one up, or number 6 on this list, I'm trying not to make a mess on this video just because I'm not gonna edit it as much, but I'm talking about Orion by Tiziana Terenzi. Tiziana Terenzi is one of my favorite houses as well. I own a lot of Tiziana Terenzis, and I just love this brand, okay? This one smells like Aventus. This one kinda like Aventus, but much greener and much darker Aventus. That's why I thought this one is great for spring, just due to the fact of how green it is. This one is extremely green and definitely darker, that I just love it the way it is, okay? I know it is inspired by Aventus, smells a lot like Aventus, but it's its own fragrance without being an Aventus clone at the same time. Orion is a great one that lasts, okay, as well, and I personally love it. Now my number 5, this is the top 5, and now the fact that I'm looking at these top 5s, my top 5 are fire. Literally, guys, are fire. I just can't pick my number 5. I'm just gonna pick him up randomly because I just love these fragrances to death, and they're like kind of like equal to me in a way. I have my preferences, but yeah, they're all great. And my number 5 on my list is Percival by Parfums de Marly. This is a great fragrance, guys. This is definitely on the fresher side. Kind of like smells like Office for Men by Jeremy fragrance. Kind of like Sauvage in a way, just due to the fact that it's got a lot of ambroxan in it. But definitely, let me just tell you this, guys. This fragrance, it has a lot of ambroxan in the note breakdown. But at the same time, I feel like even though it's very ambroxany, it smells like an upper class, if you compare it to Aventus, or if you compare it to Jeremy fragrances fragrance, just because it smells like a niche fragrance, okay? It's got some great performance, and it gets a lot of compliments. Any fragrance that got ambroxan, it gets compliments in general, but this one, it smells different. If you smell a lot of ambroxan fragrances and they all smell like Dior Sauvage type of thing to you, try this one out, because this one, it smells definitely more grown up and more nichey, and it's definitely very, very complimenting getting type of a fragrance as well. My number 4 on my list is another great fragrance that I personally love, and I've seen a lot of you guys recently nowadays started to hype this fragrance up. I've been hyping this fragrance up 6 years ago on my channel. Go back to my channel. I'm talking about Accento by Sospiro. I love this fragrance, one of my favorite xerjoffs, and I think it's great. It's got pineapple, it's got a lot of patchouli, it's got a lot of musk, but overall this one gets compliments. This one smells great, and this one is definitely very springy. Accento it's a 10 out of 10 for me personally. It's one of those fragrances that I think I would never get rid of, just because of how much I love it, okay? We have 2 xerjoffs on this list. I just noticed that right now. My number 3 on this list is a fragrance for me personally. It's a 10 out of 10. My favorite fragrance from Ormonde, Jayne, and my favorite fragrance for a reason, and I'm talking about montabaco intensivo. This one lasts, this one projects, this one is very gentlemanly, okay? It could be very simple, it could be blah for a lot of you guys out there, but I truly think this fragrance is amazing. It works on my skin very well. It gives me compliments. It makes me feel important. It makes me feel like I'm the shit. Seriously, guys, I'm not just making this up. That's why I just love this fragrance to death. And I think this is a me fragrance. This is a fragrance that resembles me, resembles my personality, or a fragrance that it really makes me want to be that person, because each person in life has like a different imagination of the persona he wants to be, and this fragrance actually kind of like mimic that persona in my head to be me. Okay, that's why I really do love this fragrance to death. And I'm talking about ormonde montabaco intensivo. It was on my to buy list for the longest time, and I finally did, and I am really happy. Seriously, guys, this is a 10 out of 10 for me for sure, and this is something that you need to try out and to see for yourself if it's something that you really want to be smelled like or not. Okay, let's just go with my number two. My number two, it's a very summery fragrance, and this fragrance always it happened to be my number one on my summer lists. Okay, this is the forte, or the concentrated version of it. I love this one even more than the original, and I think this is a 10 out of 10 for me personally for the summer and for the springtime. And because this one is more dense and it's definitely more concentrated and it's definitely stronger and it projects more than the original, that's why I just picked this one up for my spring, just because I just love it. Okay, this is a fragrance, another me fragrance that I consider myself smelling amazing with this one right here. I'm talking about Aqua Celestia Forte. This is the gorgeous scent. If you love Aqua Celestia, which I do, and I own a bottle of, and it has been for the past 3, 4, 5 years or so my number one summer scent, period. This is even better than the Aqua Celestia. Okay, it's on my number 2 for spring. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be my number 1 for summer. Nobody knows what's gonna happen, but I just love this one. This one, it's a must-have on everybody's collection. If you haven't smelled this one yet, or the Aqua Celestia, please do so. Please, I beg you to try this one out because of how simple it is. Because this is a very simple scent. It's very well done for being simple, okay? And it just clicks with me. Hopefully, it'll click with you as well. Aqua Celestia Forte, it's my number 2. Let's just go with my number 1. The star of the show, a fragrance that I've smelled once that I was like, I need to get myself a bottle. I bought the first bottle, it broke on the way. I was so unlucky. Let me just show you. Stay tuned, okay? I bought a bottle. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? I bought a bottle, it broke on the way. Sometimes you just gotta be careful when you send somebody something, because that person, it's just a mistake. He just didn't really wrap it well, so it just came broken on the way, and that really broke my heart, especially that I really wanted to get myself a bottle of Amabile or Amabile by xerjoff. This is my second bottle. I've been like really looking for a bottle of this for the longest time. I personally think there's Aventus, there's Baccarat Rouge, which is like, I feel like Aventus and Baccarat Rouge are two statements pieces when it comes to fragrances, that ever since these two fragrances came out, a lot of other brands, they imitated those two fragrances because of how popular and how good they were. Okay, I feel like Amabile or Amabile by xerjoff could be one of those if it got the right hype. Okay, it smells great. It's very appley. It's very green appley, but it's not sweet. It's tart, citrusy, very fresh, very musky. It smells great, guys. Definitely different, so different than everything else I've smelled. It's got some great opening. I love the dry down as well. The opening, to be honest, is much better than the dry down, but the dry down is good enough for me as well. And this one gets compliments. I'm telling you guys, people, guys or girls, love the smell of Amabile, and it's very summery, very shiny, but it's got performance, so it's really great for spring as well, especially that it is very green. Okay, this is my number one scent for sure this spring, just because I love it. This is my number one scent period recently. Amabile is a fragrance I personally love. Okay, I've been hunting this fragrance down forever just to get myself a bottle. I finally did, and I'm so happy to have Amabile or Amabile by Xerjoff on my life. This is a 10 out of 10 for me personally, and this is pretty much it. Please let me know in the comment section down below what do you think of my 10 great amazing fragrances. Please tell me of how handsome I look today. Also, please tell me of how gorgeous I look today. Please tell me also of how great I smell today. Yeah, not so great, but I just don't care. Anyway, please don't forget to let me know what are your favorite spring fragrances this year, niche or designer, no matter the case. Maybe, I don't really care. Please let me know in the comment section down below. Give me a like, give me a subscribe, and don't forget to follow my sweet Instagram, because my Instagram is happening. Okay, this is me, Note Sponge. I Note Sponge, make it smelling good, always easy. That was a one-shot video, and period. That's it. It's done. Bye.